or flurry, wits, or what have
Good
you.
man.
You know what I mean.
From Friendlies?
No, from wits.
Oh.
Friendlies. Oh, I remember hearing the faint whispers of that on a summer's eve back in 6th grade. Where did I hear that from?
I don't know.
I want friendlies. That might be it.
Yeah, that's probably it. Hi, welcome to the Dead Headz Podcast.
Oh, are we recording?
Are we recording?
Yeah, I went ahead and just started it.
Oh.
Sick. Hi, welcome to the Dead Headz Podcast, the only podcast where we talk about ice cream.
Welcome to our 2-hour-long session about what ice cream flavors we think the Treyarch developers would eat.
Jason Blundell eats Rocky Road for
I
sure.
was just about to say that.
Yep.
Is that canon?
It is now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Ah, what do you think Lee Ross eats?
Pistachio.
Is that canon?
What was that last one?
Is that canon?
Oh. It can be?
Like, because you said it with such confidence that, like, I'm convinced.
Yeah, I have that effect on people.
We'll put that to the test.
Okay. When we meet up IRL, we're gonna put that to the test.
We meet up IRL. I might have to separate the two of you from beating each other up about Halo.
I see you've rewatched episode 3 of the Dead Headz Podcast.
And if
Oh,
you
no, I
haven't,
just
go
haven't
back and watch
forgotten.
that right now.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I've got a plan set in motion to get the latest Xbox, and it involves selling 2 of my current ones and also maybe forking over a little more cash.
Bruh.
You know, you could sell a kidney.
Yeah, you could.
I could,
I'm
but
looking this up right now.
at the same time, like, how am I going to explain to my parents where it's like, you know, oh, we went to the doctors and we noticed apparently there's like they missed one of your kidneys when they did an X-ray. It's like, nah, that one's gone. Why, son? Where's your kidney? Somewhere in the black market, probably. You know, I really needed that new Xbox for the new Fable game.
Ooh. You know, if you sell your kidneys in the Philippines, you can receive between $2,000 to $10,000.
Well,
Get ready
being
for the FBI
somebody
knocking at your
who
door.
Well, being somebody who rarely consumes alcohol, I think mine would be in the upper range of that price.
I feel like people aren't going to like my kidneys.
Absolutely wasted 24/7.
No, my kidneys can't digest alcohol.
Huh.
They can't process it. Yeah. So anyways.
I think purists might like your kidneys.
Maybe. That might go well.
Yeah, you just gotta...
and, speaking of things that people don't like, transit.
Wait,
Well-
hold on. Before we get into Black Ops 2,
Wait.
do we want to discuss the trailer that came out for Cold War?
Yes. I actually was helping with the some of the ciphers behind the
really?
scenes. Yeah, I was. I had my head focused on the Nixie Tube cipher, but I didn't get anywhere because I didn't have any of the information. And I was on vacation all of last week, so I couldn't log on to Warzone.
Oh, was there... I mean, I followed it the first day, and then after that I ended up being at work all day and not able to follow anything after that.
I was watching the entire time. Every day there'd be a tape. The tape would have a Warzone code with coordinates. You'd plug in the code. You'd see the bunker or a shack or a shed. You'd look at all the information, and then that'd be it for the day.
Yeah, Shaq O'Neal?
Yo, yeah. He's never gonna make a free throw in his life again.
Oh.
Dang.
He could never make free throws. Like
Shaq that smiles back.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter, people just start fouling Shaq.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, that's sort of a big brain play because, you know, foul him so many times, you get fouled out.
Yeah. There you
So,
go.
Maybe he was intentionally bad.
Maybe.
Maybe he got fouled so many times that his joints hurt, and that's why you see him promoting so many Icy Hot commercials.
yeah, but now he's doing Shaq-a-roni.
Shaq-a-roni?
Yeah, he's doing a Papa John's thing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Dude, like so many. He's like advertising central. He's done Printer Ink, Icy Hot, The General. He's been in like Shaq Fu. He's got a terrible video game named after him, and now apparently he's doing pizza. What?
There are 2 Shaq Fus. Because there's the original, and then they remade it. Barack Fu.
With what?
There's a DLC called Barack Fu, where you play as Barack Obama and you have to fight Kanye.
What game is this?
Shaq Fu.
Oh man, I need to look this up. This sounds interesting.
I'm sickened but curious. Can you imagine if Kanye actually wins the presidency? Shaq Fu's DLC will be one president fighting the other.
Yeah,
dude, it's canon.
Yeah.
It is canon. We're in that timeline.
It can't happen. It can't happen.
How's that?
Because apparently Kanye West forged signatures on his application for president.
Of course he did.
Why does Obama look like that?
Don't know.
What is
So for those of you listening at home, I just posted a picture of Barack Fu, Legend, the Adventures of Dirty Barry, onto our Discord channel, and they are currently losing their minds over this.
Google it if you don't know what it is. Is that flash coming out of his chest? Is that from like a Desert Eagle?
Yes.
Is Barack Obama in a trench coat wielding a deagle?
Yes.
Hold on, that animation though looks like that one show on Adult Swim. Oh, what's it called?
Oh, King of the Hill.
No,
it looks too clean to be King of the Hill.
Hey, King of the Hill in the back half of the series was very clean, like clean looking.
I'm trying to remember. I think it's still. Oh, that's a list.
All right, so while you get that up, hi, welcome to the Black Ops 2 episode of the Dead Headz Podcast. Welcome. Yeah, we're not just going to be talking about Barack Fu this entire time. So,
surprisingly enough,
yeah.
Well, hold on. Before we just dive into the Mr. Meaty of zombies, brief thoughts on Black Ops 2's campaign and multiplayer?
I just replayed the campaign and I got a bad ending because I didn't want to kill Harper, so oops. My bad, fellas. I saved Alex Mason. But,
I like the campaign a lot, personally.
The campaign
Black
is my
Ops 2 is
favorite.
also... I keep going back and forth between Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2 for my favorite COD game. It just depends really on the mood that I'm in.
Well, like...
Plus, Black Ops 2
like...
gave you a lot that you could do in the campaign. Like, not just the main story, but then there was the other Mason's story, his dad's story, and then there was kind of like that tactical...
There's only 5 strike missions.
Yeah, but it was still something that we had not seen any time before or after. Except that it may have been on a mobile app.
Can we agree that the worst strike mission is the one where you control the drones?
Yes.
It's been a long time since I've played. I don't remember a lot of them in any great detail.
There's 5 of them. There's one where you defend like 3 spots in India. I think it's called Fob Spectre.
That's the first one.
There's one shipwreck where it's like on the map Cargo, the multiplayer map.
That one's a fun one.
There's the drone one, which is terrible.
Sucks.
There's the one that you may or may not get called Second Chance. And then there's one called Dispatch.
Yeah, that's in Yemen, I think.
No, that's in... no, the one in Yemen that you're thinking of is Second Chance. Dispatch is in like some slums area. I forget. It's in a map that's kind of terrible for multiplayer, but for the campaign mission is hella fun. It's where you assassinate the Chinese general.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, because I don't think I got Second Chance.
Yeah, Second Chance only occurs if you're Well, to my friend who's currently playing through BO2, spoiler alert, but second chance is only when you're too slow to save karma in the mission karma. And so if you're too slow, then they take off, and then a strike force mission becomes available for a second chance. And you actually have to the canon storyline. All right, so BO2 multiple endings, but the canon story goes, Harper dies, Chloe gets captured and taken, but rescued in second chance. And Alex Mason lives, and Menendez gets locked up.
Okay,
that's the canon. And
I know people.
It's like people are like, oh, how do you know? Like, how do you know it's a canon ending? Because they really never tell you which one's the canon ending. They just kind of skip to BO3 where it's like, we're going to name drop Menendez, and that's about it.
That's why you should never play Black Ops 3's campaign.
It's not so terrible once you play it like 5 times and know what's going on.
No one wants to play it 5 times. I know what's going on. I understand what's going on in the campaign. I just don't like it.
I was a masochist. Well, I'll get back to what I was saying previously, but I was a masochist in BO3. I played. I beat the entire campaign on realistic difficulty. You know, the one where it's one shot kill.
Why do you hate yourself?
I was trying to get 100% of all the achievements, and one of them was get all the accolades, basically like beat all the challenges in the campaign, and one of them was complete the campaign on realistic difficulty.
Ugh.
The achievement was called "No One Will Believe You."
I don't believe you now.
I just can't believe that you played Black Ops 3 more than once.
Oh, I played it like 4 times total, I think. But yeah, so people are like, how do you know which one's the canon ending? Well, BO4 is like, in the opening cutscene of the BO2 game, you see Alex Mason on the floor in the mission we now know is Suffer With Me. And, you're like, oh man, is he dead? But then you realize, at this point, I'm just going to let my friend know to skip the campaign part until she's done with it, because it's a giant spoiler. But you see him laying on the floor, and you're like, oh, how do you know if he's dead or not? Well, if he's dead, there should be a bullet hole in the right side of his forehead, and in that opening scene, there's not. So that implies that he didn't get shot in the head. That implies that he lives. And Karma getting kidnapped but rescued in second chance is canon, because that's the only way that you can unlock a camo in the campaign. Like, if you skip second chance and she never gets kidnapped, you never unlock that camo. So they put it in there because you were obviously supposed to unlock it in the game.
Excuse me for actually having good aim.
Well, you see...
Imagine not immediately blasting the fuck out of DeFalco.
Well, it's like, if you take too long to get to him, that's when he takes off. Like, that's kind of easy to have happen, because you got not only those, like, the terrorists shooting at you, but you also have the drones wandering around and blasting you. And if you're not on like easy difficulty, you can spend a good amount of time trying to get past them. And yeah, I mean, Harper getting killed, that's canon, because that's the only way that you can save Karma and lock up Menendez and fully foil his plan. And I mean,
is that Michael Rooker?
Harper? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but yeah, so that's the canon ending. But speaking of which, side note, I gave my friend her birthday present, a whole 2 months in advance, the cameo greeting from Woods, and she's gonna hate me for calling her out, but she was so happy that she cried several times.
Nice.
Aren't you a sweetheart?
Oh, it's whatever. I'm so good, I know. But yeah. I'm gonna smack the shit out of you, Jack.
Try me.
I'm gonna
hit by a car. You got nothing.
I'm gonna beat your knees to dust.
No.
So yeah, Black Ops 2.
I really wouldn't do that,
the
Joe.
campaign, yeah. Multiplayer is fun. Multiplayer is the best. It's hacked to shit now, but multiplayer was hella fun.
Oh, it's first time we saw the pick 10 system.
Oh,
First time for that. But
ew.
quality maps like
Disgusting.
Hijacked, Standoff, Raid. You can't tell me those aren't some iconic maps.
Yeah, they're good, but I just fucking hate the pick 10 system.
I didn't mind it in Black Ops 2, but I hated it pretty much every time after that.
Fucking worst. Pick 10 is the fucking worst.
BO2 nailed it. BO3 was alright, and then
So
BO4 was like...
restrictive.
Yeah.
Well, BO2 had like the perfect... It had like the perfect balance. It was restrictive because, like... It offered a lot of good things. So, like, how can I explain this? It had a lot of good things that you could use, so it needed to restrict you in order to balance the game.
True.
And it offered this sort of like, almost this like science of formulating your perfect class in order to gain the upper hand, as opposed to BO3, where... And I'm skipping over Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare, and all of that because lol. But like BO3, it offered some good stuff, but like the perks started to get useless. The tacticals and lethals started to get useless. And then you reach BO4 where like the perks, tacticals, and lethals are absolutely useless.
Do not matter.
So it's
think
like
that divisions are better than Black Ops 4's pick 10. Divisions are sometimes better than even Black Ops 3's pick 10.
You see, I played COD World War II a few times. I played War a good amount, but aside from that, I was like, the maps feel too tiny.
I'm a fucking master prestige.
I think you mean nerd.
No, you.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I don't know. Like at the time, the pick 10 felt very open, just because the only thing that we really had previous years was like, oh, you had these, but you could only put one attachment, maybe two, on your primary or secondary. And you're really kind of forced into choosing like one thing, where the pick 10 was nice because you could pretty much deck out it like your main weapon to your heart's content, or go maximum perks and stuff like that. But then it just again, the perks was still useful in Black Ops 2.
Yeah, I agree.
Something I do miss from Black Ops 2 is not having a primary weapon that you can just get rid of the primary weapon.
Yeah.
And then because like I would just run this stupidly maxed out pistol, which you can technically do in Modern Warfare, because every gun has 5 attachments, and I love that.
Yes.
It's just something about like just gutting a loadout just to have a pistol and then going off with it.
See, and that's the thing that I don't understand, people who want the pick 10 back over what Modern Warfare has, and how they're all like, people are like, oh, the Modern Warfare Gunsmith Select. It's like, what are you talking about?
Gunsmith is objectively better.
It's in every way, pretty much. Both guns get 5 attachments. You still get 3 perks. You get a grenade. You get a lethal
and a tactical.
Tactical. Like, what more do you want? You get
I wouldn't
everything.
mind seeing that back.
It's like the least restrictive class thing that we've actually had.
My favorite thing about the BO2, well, like in similar vein to what Cap was saying, was like my favorite thing to do was I'd slap on like dead silence and like a bunch of perks like cold blooded or all the stuff that would make me like silenced and invisible to radars, and I'd put a B23R with a silencer on and just run around the map like I'm a stealthy secret agent. Just it was so fun.
It's the 5.7 for me.
I went back and forth between the 5.7 and the TAC 45.
The TAC 45 was literally just the 1911 with the same firing sound and everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Was it? I can't remember.
Basically was.
I think it had a few more rounds than I think it had.
Yeah, it had 2 more rounds.
I thought it had 10 rounds compared to
so
7.
Compared to I'm talking about the Zombies 1911.
Oh, the zombie. Okay.
Yeah, it has 2 more rounds compared to the Zombies 1911. That same firing sound.
Even though I think the weapon that it's based off in real life has 12 rounds, so I don't know why they gave it 10.
I don't know why does the 1911 keep having 8 rounds when it's technically supposed to have 7?
Well, it's a 7+1, so I can kind of understand that, but
true.
I don't know.
Something that I always wanted in Zombies, or like in a Call of Duty game, having like it's something that Battlefield always had, where if you keep one round in the chamber, you have a quicker well, they do have the quicker reload, but also having an increased ammo capacity.
Yeah, I don't know why COD never adopted that. Especially in Modern Warfare, I'm surprised they didn't adopt it.
Yeah.
Well, because COD is obviously superior, and all of the Battlefield fanboys just can't handle the awesomeness that we provide.
And
See, normally I would agree one side or the other, but the last couple of years, let's be honest, neither of them have been super fantastic franchises.
True. Battlefield 1 slapped though.
Dude, Battlefield 3 is still my jam. I'll play Battlefield 4 as well, but Battlefield 3 is
I like how everybody just ignores the existence of Battlefield 5.
Because God, World War II beat it somehow.
Battlefield 5 is not awful, but to me it has the same problem with Battlefield 1, and it just doesn't feel like a Battlefield anymore. Like, when it comes to Battlefield 5, all the maps feel the exact same to me.
Yeah.
And it's like they're all big, open, either fields or jungles with a few towns in it here and there. But a lot of them, they're just, especially the base maps, they were open and they were flat with some buildings. So it's pretty much just a sniper's paradise.
Yeah.
There was also that whole thing with the controversy, but we're not going to get into that.
If we're looking at just purely gameplay.
Yeah.
And even still, ever since Bad Company 2, the destruction in the Battlefield series has just gone down. Bad Company 2, literally everything was destructible. And then you got to Battlefield 3, it was still fairly destructible, but there were a lot of stuff that ended up becoming permanent. And then it's just continued to get less and less destructive after that.
No.
Hey, fellas, transit time. Finally.
Finally? What do you mean? Like,
because I've been trying to get us to transit for the past half an hour.
No.
Not gonna make it to 5 at this pace.
Well, what are you talking about? We already talked about 5 in BO1.
Talk about the time.
No. So transit. It's not bad with more than one player.
Excuse me, what was that?
Transit's not bad with more than one person.
Yeah.
That's a map that's enjoyable if you're playing with friends.
It's because it's dumb fun. It's just you switch your brain off and then you just have fun with your buddies.
Well, isn't that just like 80% of the zombies maps?
I would say
that's like, that's the Zelensky era.
To an extent. I mean, like, I don't know, DE, you could switch your brain off. So can you with Garrod and Revelations and Classified.
At least for DE, you have to turn the brain back on if you want a bow.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. It's DE's not like Origins where if you play the map, you're like, oh man, I need to get the stabs. It's not like, oh man, I need the bow. It's like, might as well.
That's because all the weapons were OP in Black Ops 3, but we'll get to that when we get there.
We'll get to that.
Well,
I just realized we're on our way between now and Black Ops 3. Uh-oh.
But see, the thing is, though, even if you bring the DE comparison in, you can still play DE and not want to die if you play by yourself. If you're playing Transit by yourself, you just want to die.
True.
Because there's the multiple part locations that you can only carry one part of at a time. All the perks are spread out everywhere. You have quick revive if you go down, but if you need to go back and buy it again, it's all the way on the other side of the map with no easy way to get to it. Or no quick way to get to it either.
Oh, there's also, well, like, what isn't tedious about Transit on solo? Like you said with the quick revive, but like, you got the fog, you got the denizens, lava, finding the nav card table parts and putting them in the field, the correct field spot in the corn. That's terrible. We nearly died doing that. But
multiple times. I think some of us actually did die doing it.
Cap.
Hey, what's up? I died for your sins, all right?
I wasn't going to name names.
What are you talking about? I just said no cap.
You see, I didn't hear you say cap with a K.
Oh, yeah. Cap 45?
Yo, Cap 45.
Black Ops 2, bruh.
No.
Is it the Cap 40 or the Cap 45?
So anyways, on to Ancient Evil.
No. Anyways, on to the first map in Cold War.
Night of the Dead.
The first map in Cold War, Transit.
Transit.
It kind of sucks that you can't fully upgrade the bus without sacrificing Galvanuckles. Like,
yeah.
I wish that there were 2 of those overhead pieces.
I just use the jet gun to fly like the Paralyzer.
Can you do that?
Oh.
I thought we discovered a new use for it.
It couldn't even last that long.
Yeah, that's true.
Did we even build it?
Well, Cap tried.
It tried.
He tried.
What you'll see in the gameplay.
In the process.
You guys lived.
Yeah, just barely.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, Pack-a-Punch having to leave one person to guard it.
Oh yeah,
leaving one person down there, like, the hermit is
the keeper of the Grail from freaking Indiana Jones.
You cross the seal and everything collapses.
You chose wisely.
Me when we start up Transit.
You chose poorly.
Me when we start up the Final Reich.
No, you.
But yeah, I mean, Joe, I think, was the only one that really had a Pack-a-Punch gun for most of the time.
Because he wasn't running around getting parts.
I mean, I ended up just having the B23R the entire game and only Pack-a-Punched it like
I ran out of ammo
before we died.
You chose to get the jet gun, Cap, so...
Because I'm out here making content, all right?
You mean? You were the one whose point of view was getting recorded.
I'm making content. It doesn't matter.
Yo, content?
Yo, content?
Content? Yo, plot?
Yo, something that Transit doesn't have?
Speaking of which, let's talk about the Easter egg. You do some nonsense in the canon side. The canon zombie storyline side.
Push up my glasses here.
Well, You do some silly sauce for Radiohead, and then you make a shower glow orange.
Yeah. That's basically it. Yep, that's it. That's all it is. Yep. That's transit. All right, moving on.
No. We got to talk about Victus, the introduction of Victus.
Oh, piss.
And the zombie shield.
And the zombie
no.
and the all the different traps.
No, let's not and say we didn't.
So the turbine was pretty cool. I like the
Except when it
turbine.
breaks on you nonstop.
The turbine breaking isn't really much of an issue if the map was both smaller and you could carry more than one piece of equipment.
Yeah. But it doesn't do that.
Yeah. See, like, Transit having the zombie shield is really useful, but the fact that you have to sacrifice an even more important tool like the turbine to get it is just terrible. And the electric trap will kill you. The lawnmower turret will kill you. Is there a buildable piece in town? No, that's the jet gun, isn't it?
That's the buildable. Town is the buildable table for the jet gun.
Well, it can be. It doesn't have to be. You can choose it to build. Choose to build the jet gun in farm if you want. If you really wanna.
But then where are you gonna build the turret?
In town.
No. It's gonna say invalid part.
No, it won't.
It will.
How do you know?
Because I tried.
Wait, they're coded to their own specific table locations?
Yeah.
Boo!
Another notch for transit.
Yo.
Or against, I should say.
Before we move on from this, well, all right, let's talk about Victus, because we didn't get to. Victus, I like them. I kind of hate Marlton, but he gets better in the later maps. Everybody else is fine.
I never had an issue with Victus.
Bono?
I can understand that. See, all of my hatred towards the zombies crews are focused exclusively on Ultimus. So Victus gets a pass. They're better in the comics.
Yes.
Victus is much better in the comics.
What do you think? But see, here's the thing. You got Ultimus Richtofen inside Stuhlinger's head.
I hate Stu then.
Oh, well.
Walked into that one.
Okay. Ted. There's Ted. Good old Ted.
Biggest non-character in the second biggest non-character in the zombie storyline.
Who's the first?
Or McCain.
I knew that's what he was going to say.
No, you see, actually, he had a significance in the Alpha Omega.
You can't tell me that during the Black Ops 3 season, Peter McCain meant anything.
Dude, he was in the Revelations.
He was a cold body for 10 billion years. We've never seen him alive.
Again, Revelations trailer.
If Peter McCain didn't exist in BO3, the Primus crew would be alongside Batman and Superman because they'd be deceased.
Stop. Actually, that's a good storyline, though. Deceased. That's a good storyline.
Yeah, it is.
Taylor's running it right now. It's good.
Yeah, it's very depressing, but good.
It is.
It's kind of like Marvel Zombies. Very depressing, but good.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was this? My brain cells were dying from the joke, so I kind of zoned out.
Ghost of Sushi Ma.
No.
Oh God, no! Don't kick me from the chat.
I'm gonna kick you again. If anyone doesn't get that, just watch the gameplay. You'll understand.
Oh right, yeah, I actually saw these. I'm not super huge into superhero stuff, but I did see this one of the Joker ones. It looked pretty cool, actually.
Yeah,
Joker ones.
It's good. Probably a variant cover or something.
What?
Moving on. If you
Joker's
see in the game,
match?
hang on. Quick question: are we actually going to release the just the gameplay? Because we didn't do that for Black Ops
Wait,
1
what?
or World at War.
We had communication issues, not being, or the issues was they did not get recorded fully.
Ouch.
But I have remedied that with the last one, so I can release it.
Thanks.
Wait,
Sounds good.
what?
So the first time it didn't pick up any of our communications back and forth in
Right.
World at War. Black Ops 1, it picked up your guys talking, but it didn't pick mine up. So then I completely skipped over, or I ditched Elgato's recording software and I went back to OBS and everything's recording as should.
Oh, so BO2's gameplay is 100% okay.
Yes.
That's cool. Yeah, we'll release it.
All right, sounds good. Anyway.
We'll release it after the podcast. Not like immediately after, but like maybe in a few days.
Halfway through the week.
Yeah. Give you something to look forward to, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. You may hate
Does
us.
anyone look forward to these?
I do.
We have the consistent 20-something people that watch it that are.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Which is
Has
actually-
anyone sent us emails or DMs? Has anyone asked us any questions?
I don't
No.
think so.
My friend Asia, and then we've got our good fan, our big fan, Kelvin Fried Chicken. I only know their names because, well, I know Asia personally, but I know Kelvin because he comments. Nobody else comments, so you don't get any recognition. Anyway, Nuketown Zombies.
Yeah.
I really want to tie Jack to the nuke that went off, and just give it a little tap on the head with a hammer.
If only we could release what we're all seeing on the Discord.
Oh, full name.
Yeah,
Bold of you to think that that's
calling
my
him out,
name.
Jackson.
It's not my name.
Jack from The Incredibles.
That's me. I've got laser eyes.
Jack O'Lantern. Michael Jackson.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Nuketown Zombie.
You, Jack, man.
I like it. It's a nice, fun little challenge map. Hard to play with people though.
I stand with the Smith plays. Nuketown is a good zombies map.
It's a fine zombies map. It's the perfect challenge map.
Yes, it's great on solo. It's pretty
Yes.
fun with two people. Any more than that, and it gets a little bit
Sus.
It's tense or intense, I
Very.
should say.
Very.
It's like going on a camping trip because it's intense.
Okay, that's it. I'm ending the game here.
Don't boot me. No.
And watch the gameplay to find that out.
See how how to remove someone from Discord group.
Oh, you need me.
I'm melting.
No. I'm like Olaf from Frozen.
Stop. So, Nuketown, I think one of the most underrated features of Nuketown was the ability to start the game at any round you want. That's a feature that's universally praised and no one dislikes. Not at all. And no one gets mad when you start at round 20. Not at all.
You started it when I was getting my Alfredo out of the microwave, and I
then
downed. You mocked
Have a
me
better
for it.
Alfredo.
What do you mean have a better Alfredo? It's
One
Marie
that cooks
Callender's
faster.
chicken Alfredo. It's the excellent microwavable dinner, not
Get a
sponsored.
better microwave. Get a better microwave.
Do you get an
I-
easy bake oven?
Telling you to get a
yeah,
better microwave
yeah.
when it's my landlord that provides said microwave is like telling a brick wall that you need it to open a door for you.
Get a better landlord, Lamau.
Dude, I can't. I got this apartment as a steal. It's actually really good, and although it's kind of expensive, there's places that are slightly more run down than the place I'm in that are like more expensive than this. Plus, it comes furnished.
But let's all move in with Joe, but we all have to pay rent.
I have one bed, so you guys better get cozy.
I'll take
Fun
the bathtub.
times.
It's
Yo,
a
Z house.
it's a king-sized bed.
Ooh.
So here's how I think we should organize that. Like from left to right, it goes Jack, me, Burger, and then Burger's wife.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right.
That
sounds good.
We're respectable, upstanding gentlemen. We do not want to have any sort of physical contact with a woman who is off the market.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Z House 2025.
Nuketown?
Yo, Nuketown. Nuke 3 Town.
The Nuketown, Russia? BO4?
Yo, Black Ops Cold War?
Alpha Omega?
Oh, Camp David.
Yo.
Nuketown in Blackout.
What?
Yeah, it was in Blackout.
Yeah, I know. It's just nobody goes there.
I had to.
Actually, some people go there, and those are the fools.
No, you have to go to Nuketown if you want Dempsey as a Blackout character.
You could play Alcatraz.
Got Dempsey before Alcatraz.
Yeah, I did too. I'll admit to this, the only character that I cheesed Blackout to get was, actually I cheesed two of them. I cheesed Reznov, and I cheesed regular Voyage of Despair Shaw. Because good God, that was terrible.
Imagine playing Blackout in the year of our Lord 2020.
I was playing it in 2019, so it doesn't count.
Thanks. Imagine playing Blackout over Warzone.
I like Blackout better than Warzone, personally.
What?
Well, partly because it's like you can play it without sacrificing a fourth of your hard drive.
Okay, but if we're looking at it from a purely gameplay standpoint,
And from a gameplay stance, like you don't even need to use health kits. You don't even need attachments. Like, inventory management is so much better. You spawn in with a Glock, my guy.
You spawn in with a Strife in Alcatraz.
In Alcatraz, not normal Blackout.
Oh, I'm not talking about normal Blackout. I'm talking about the game mode as a whole. Like,
I just have to choose the map to spawn in with a Strife. Also, the Gulag.
I just wish that like Blackout would alter its playlist. It's been on Heavy Metal Heroes /
hot and heavy this entire time.
Yeah, for like the past year, and I'm just begging Ground War to come back because Ground War is so much fun. I don't care who says otherwise.
That's just 50v50 Blackout.
Yeah, and it's amazingly fun because what often happens is it'll close in over an area that is provided with well cover and another area that is like an open field with trees. So like, let me give you one instance. Like, I was on one team. This entire enemy team of like 45 people was in the shipyard. And my team, which had like 50 people, was running down this hill using trees as cover. And we're like dodging bullets the whole time. Oh, it was so much fun.
Speaking of Alcatraz, Mob of the Dead, my guy.
Nah, we're not skipping Die Rise. Nice
Yeah,
try.
we are. We're skipping Die Rise.
Oh, we are. Die Rise.
I will admit it right now. I did intentionally throw the Die Rise game to get it over with quicker.
Oh, same.
You guys suck, dude. Die Rise.
No, Die Rise sucks.
Bad.
We don't suck. The map sucks.
Die Rise is not that bad.
It is that bad.
No, it's not. Tim Hansen, you're fucking wrong. And Johnny J, you're also fucking wrong. The map is not amazing, but it's not piss poor. It's decent.
Name one thing that's decent about it.
The trample steam.
That's in very.
Fire.
Got nerfed.
Okay, I'll give you the Sliquifier. I'll give the Sliquifier.
The elevators are kind of annoying, but they're not terrible. The PDW, the what's it called? The sniper that you buy on the rooftop. The AN-94.
The AN-94.
Yeah, the SVU, AN-94, PDW.
Okay, other than the weapons selection.
Other than the weapons selection?
Let's talk about map design.
Jolting Jacks give you an easy free perk.
Except we all shot.
Well, that's because I kind of didn't want to bother getting a free perk.
It could give you an easy free perk. I didn't want the free perk.
Well, also partly because Burger shot and kinda...
I shot because other people shot.
I shot because you shot.
I shot because you shot.
I shot because you shot.
Jack.
I fired the liquefier first.
Yeah, and you didn't kill anything. Which
Did.
it. No, it didn't.
Did.
And the only thing it killed was yourself.
Oh, the jumping jacks killed me.
Not to be confused.
Liquefier doesn't have splash damage, you idiot.
No, but it can slide you off the edge if you're...
It didn't do that.
Yeah.
It was the jumping jacks that killed me. Watch the gameplay to see what we're talking about. Put in the comments to see who shot first and who died first, so who's the loser.
I know it wasn't me that died first, I'm just saying.
I think
I died second.
I know Joe was probably the last one because I think it ended up just going back between Cap and I on who was dead at the time.
Yeah. I think I died second. I'm pretty sure.
Not my fault.
There you go. You're exonerated. Happy?
Yes. Big. Happy. Oh, we also can acknowledge the Easter egg is better than transit.
Somehow.
Oh, something else
the
that
bank
Direx
is-
has going for it. The skybox.
The skybox is beautiful, yes.
Yeah.
The bank, we didn't really talk about it that much, but the bank was introduced in transit, and while it's helpful for the transit Easter egg, it's incredibly helpful for the Die Rise Easter egg.
Same with the fridge.
I keep forgetting about the fridge. Yeah, the fridge. Well, see, here's the thing. If you put an AN in the cabinet/fridge in either Die Rise or Buried, and then yoink the gun out in transit, the AN will turn into a Galil because the AN is not coded to be in transit.
Huh.
Fascinating.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so if you have an AN in there, don't yoink it out of the fridge in transit. Because if you yoink it out in transit and get a Galil and then put it back in and hop over to like Die Rise, you're not going to pull out your AN again. You're going to pull out the Galil. So while the Galil is good, it's not AN good. So yeah. Oh, also, I could have used any amount of points in my bank because I have max bank, but I just didn't want to.
Smart man.
Yeah. It took me like 4 games of Buried to get it to max bank.
That's pretty quick, actually.
Yeah. Well, when you're a zombies god such as myself.
Oh!
Don't kill me.
But
All right, so-
yeah, who's who?
Yo,
First and last time. Great
Who's Who
perk jingle.
Great perk jingle. Who's Who is the only use Who's Who has is when you're playing solo and all of your quick revives are gone.
Yeah. And so Dying Wish is just Who's Who Requiem, right?
My God, what have you done?
What?
I mean, it is a better version.
You've cracked the code.
Oh, and we didn't
I'm
acknowledge
on to you.
Tombstone.
Monty of
Oh, yeah. Rest in pieces.
Stop.
Jump for the count.
Up.
That was my ringtone for the longest time.
What kind of masochist are you?
Only recently it's been changed to the Wii Shop theme.
Good.
Do, do, do,
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Have you seen the Wii theme, but it's with uncomfortably long pauses?
Yes.
I think so.
Oh, I love it. I watch it every night before bed.
But yeah, I'd say Black Ops 2 is probably the last game, or
Yeah.
pretty much until Black Ops 4, I guess, that actually had continuous new perks added in.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly. For all the praise BO3 gets, that's the one thing that it's kinda
One of the things.
new. Well, yeah.
I love my Black Ops 3, but it's definitely got its issues. Or I have issues with it.
We shall learn about them in future time. Mob of the Dead, I guess?
The first good map on Black Ops 2.
Aha!
Blood of the Dead is better, baby.
I need to actually Google how to.
It's not
someone from
bad.
Discord.
It's not bad.
Blood of the Dead definitely gets, like, it's overly hated. Like, when I saw Lex's map ranking and he ranked Blood as the worst map of all time, I wanted to reach through the screen and smack him.
Same thing when he got to literally any World War II map.
Nah, that was pretty accurate, but...
No.
We'll get to this more when we get to Black Ops 4. But honestly, my biggest gripe is just with the Black Ops 4 engine. I think most of the maps themselves are fine. I just can't stand the engine.
I did try to play BO4 today on regular difficulty, and there is definitely a lot more bullshit downs in regular difficulty than casual. It's like my belief that casual zombies in BO4 is equal to regular zombies in like BO2 or BO3.
I haven't played casual enough.
Casual is a lot more fun of an experience. And it's just like, I don't want this to turn into a suddenly BO4 talk, but like casual, like in terms of XP gain, you could get to round 60 in casual fairly easy and earn the same amount of XP as you would get to round 30 in normal. The only difference is in casual, you're not hating yourself while you're doing it.
Although that is actually a decent connecting point back to Black Ops 2 Zombies, because other than Black Ops 4, that was the one and only time we had difficulty selectors.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't really notice that much of a difference when you change difficulty. Like, zombies die a bit easier in the early rounds, but that's about it.
Well, and then Black Ops 2 also had game modifiers.
It did, yeah. Headshots only. Headshots only if you hated yourself. Or
no magic.
Headshot daiquiri.
Hell, it had Hellhounds. Like when I play Town on Black Ops 2, I typically turn Hellhounds on just because I want a max ammo consistently.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, I never remember to do that. We were talking about Mob of the Dead, weren't we?
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about let's talk about everyone's favorite perk, Electric Burst.
Yeah, when put in the modifier slot, it really helps defeating Brutus in Mob of the Dead, so you can get to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Mother, please help me.
What's wrong?
Electric Burst in the modifier slot.
I really like the addition of the Magma Gat in Mob of the Dead too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. So what'd you think of the bird step with Al?
I just imagine Burger as like the clenched fist Arthur meme right now.
Yep. Yes, sir.
So, okay, in all seriousness, Mob of the Dead. I like the afterlife system, although I hate doing it every game. Like, my personal stance on Mob of the Dead, there's a lot of features that I like, but I hate doing every game. That's basically how I feel about the map as a whole.
Yeah.
It's like, I like... Oh, yeah?
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, I like the idea of the afterlife system, but I hate turning on the power that way every game. I like the idea of collecting the plane parts to build it, but I hate having to go through to all of those same part locations to refill the plane every single time I want to go to Pack-a-Punch.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It is tedious. But somehow, Shadows of Evil beat it in tediousness.
I disagree.
Well, see, while I dislike the gas can part of Pack-a-Punch in Mob of the Dead, the nice thing is it's always in the exact same spot every single time. You don't have to go looking for it. You're I got that here the last time. I just have to go back here this time. There's only one spawn location for it. You know. I mean, one spawn location for each of the 5, but even so, that's only 5 spots instead of
I think I know what you're
25
getting
spots.
I think I know what you're getting at.
Well, if you look at the shield in, modern zombies, there's 3 parts, but they each have 3 different locations. So, instead of looking at 3 different spots for a part, you have to look at 9 different spots for the parts. Well, at least with Mob of the Dead, there's 5 parts, but there's only 1 location for every single part, so you know exactly where to go.
But the issue is these parts are spread across the entire map, so if you're playing solo, that's if you're not doing it at the end of the round, that's like a 10-minute process just to refill the plane to get back to Pack-a-Punch.
Oh, yeah, no, I am totally not discounting how much of a pain it is. I guess it's kind of the balancing factor.
Well, people have this issue with Blood of the Dead, where it's like, yeah, the Pack-a-Punch system. I like the way you set up Pack-a-Punch on Blood, where it's you build the shield, shock the panel, and boom, Pack-a-Punch. The issue is that, I don't have an issue with it teleporting. Like I said before in Call of the Dead, I don't like teleporting Pack-a-Punch, but I don't hate it. The issue is it doesn't give you an idea where the Pack-a-Punch is when it teleports. So, but it's, people look to that as, oh, wow, you'll take so much time finding the Pack-a-Punch in Blood of the Dead. But my thing is, you'll take almost exactly the same amount of time finding the Pack-a-Punch in one of those other 2 spots as you do getting all the gas cans and refilling them in Mob of the Dead.
The difference is, though, Blood's a bigger map.
Blood is a bigger map, but that makes it, you can make up for it in your travels. Let's look at it from the longest route possible. And you start at the roof, and it's not there. And you go down to the docks, and it's not there. Well, you take the gondola down, and you check it, and it's not there. But by the time you check it and get back up there, the gondola is refilled. You take it back up, you hop on down, go to the cafeteria, fast travel to the spawn area, and boom, there's Pack-a-Punch.
Yeah, but see, the thing is with that, though, compared to the gas cans, you can kind of come up with the same route to take every single time. With the randomized Pack-a-Punch location, without knowing where it is, you kind of have to keep changing it up and possibly putting yourself into a bad spot because you can't really plan a route out as easily, I would think.
That's true, but there's also one bad spot in Mob of the Dead that you have to go through to get to Pack-a-Punch.
Oh, I agree.
That will easily trap you. That's the bottom of the elevator.
Yeah. That is, I got caught there. I did get caught there.
I think that's the only spot on Mob of the Dead where I'm like, man, this was poorly planned. Because it's like, if the spawns are so quick once you get down there, if you run down the stairs and get in there, not only will you have zombies coming down the stairs, you'll have a few that hop through the window behind you, and by the time you kill those, the zombies from the stairs will have already started piling in. So it almost forces you to get that piece either at the beginning or at the end of a round.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I do like the mobsters, though. First time I learned of Ray Liotta, and I made the connection that if you play Fable, the first one, your character begins to look like Ray Liotta. But who are the other 3 actors? I don't remember their names.
Hold on, I have the Mob of the Dead poster.
It's Ray Liotta, Chaz Palminteri.
Joe Pantoliano, Chaz Palminteri, Ray Liotta, Michael Madsen.
Michael Madsen's in it, yeah.
I have the Mob of the Dead movie style poster behind me.
Ah, gotcha. Wait,
nice.
What? Movie style poster?
Hold on.
I'll Google it, don't worry. Mob of oh shoot, Mob of the Dead movie.
What's the question?
Poster. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Billy Handsome. As Parliamentary plays Sal. Michael Madsen plays Finn. And who's the last guy?
You said Finn, Weasel,
Billy,
Sal.
Oh, Chaz Parliamentary is Sal.
I was just naming off the 4 characters.
Yeah.
Well, see, and I do like what Smith Place said in his this was in his Origins retrospective when he said it, but he said that Mob of the Dead is probably the most cinematic zombies map.
Oh, it is. It definitely feels like a movie.
Yeah.
Now, whether you like that in a game or not is up to you. If you're one to be like, man, I love Detroit Become Human, I just wish it had a little more interaction, then, there's Mob of the Dead.
Wait, I haven't played that yet, but that's on my list. Don't spoil it.
So anyway, once Detroit becomes human,
he kind of stands up and just punches other countries.
Detroit's not a country.
No, it walks up and punches. It stands up and starts going after smaller nations.
It's buried.
Okay, but anyway, yeah, Mob of the Dead, that's probably up there as far as what's some of my favorite maps. Personally. I came to it very late, so for me, I don't have the nostalgia factor tied to Mob of the Dead because I did not play it when it came out. I only played it probably, what was it? I want to say maybe 3 or 4 years ago for the first time, maybe 5. But I mean, well after it had been out.
Yeah.
So I'm not having any sort of nostalgia factor playing into it.
I remember when Mob of the Dead was the last DLC that I bought for BO2 because, see, I was big, dumb, idiot, stupid boy at the time, and I thought Season Pass meant you have the maps for a season, and then they get locked again. So I bought all the maps individually, all the map packs individually. So it went Origins, Buried, Die Rise, and then Mob of the Dead.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
I think we did it for the same reasons.
Yeah.
Because, well, I'll cover my reasons when we get to Origins. As long as I remember.
Dead, fantastic. Yeah. I mean, to me, it seems like it's really kind of normally a fight between Mob of the Dead or Origins on which is the best map, and I would have between those two, I'm definitely on the Mob of the Dead side. Personally.
Heretic.
I would just say, haha, Der Eisendrache, hee hee.
Oh, I mean, Der Eisendrache's my favorite map personally, but if we're going between Mob and Origins,
yeah,
I'll take Mob all day, every day over Origins.
Ah, okay. So, there's not much I can say to that.
Somebody's all flustered.
This is all too much to handle at once. I'm being outnumbered. But you know how you also get outnumbered? Is a verse in the song Always Running, which is the Easter egg song to Buried.
Yo!
What a transition.
Joe Weeks, master of segues?
Yeah, dude, I ride one every day on my way to work. I get frequently mugged.
Love that.
They say, where are you rolling, skinny man? And I say, oh, I'm off to the bank to pay my taxes. And they say, no, you aren't. And then they
turn you around and say, you don't go to the bank to pay taxes.
Just give me your social security number. I'll pay them for you.
Yeah.
And then I say, sure. And then I give it to them, and they say, thanks, dummy. And then they shank me 18 times in the side.
And then they steal your identity.
Then they steal my identity, but not the way you think. They just actually take my face and run, and I have to spend hours chasing them to get it back.
Yeah.
While being stabbed 18 times.
Yeah, well, there's still that little gremlin guy who's clinging to my shirt, just continuing to go ham on my rib cage.
Yep. So anyways, buried.
Oh, Ghost of
No.
Tsushima is buried?
That's how I end the game.
Ghost of Pack-a-Punch creators Ma?
Yo!
So
Burger,
the
I know
final
you're
Victus map.
I know you're Googling how to remove me from the map.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I'm
It's
sorry,
not-
Final Victus map in Black Ops 2.
There you go.
Yeah, because Tagger Toten exists.
Yeah.
Yeah! Buried's one of the best maps ever created.
Just because it's
enjoyed it
easy
a lot.
doesn't mean it's good.
What?
Just because it's easy doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. That's why it's not just because it's easy.
Why is it?
New perk, new weapons, introduction of the Mark II, an Easter egg.
That's not just buried. Mark II isn't just unburied.
No, but the Mark II is when it was introduced.
It's like saying that. It's like saying that's like giving points to Mob of the Dead because DLC 2 introduced the Peacekeeper.
What? No.
No.
The Peacekeeper was a
no, that was a.
exclusive weapon in Die Rise.
I mean, the Peacekeeper was in MP, but I don't think it ever made its way
Yeah,
into.
it's
Mob of
still the
Dead.
same concept. Yeah, sure, I got the timing wrong, but like you understand the concept, right?
No.
No, but.
What? See, Buried introduced an innovation that subsequently allowed us usage of a new weapon in future zombies maps. You're trying to equivalate. You're trying to say that is equal to the Revolution DLC, which contained Die Rise, also introducing the Peacekeeper into multiplayer only.
I mean, you're saying it like, oh, it was buried that gave us the Mark II, even when it was like added in to all the maps at the same time.
No.
It's just a timing thing.
No, actually, if you don't purchase Buried, you don't get the Mark II in any of the other maps.
If you don't purchase Die Rise, then you don't get the Peacekeeper and MP.
That is true.
Yeah. But, like, we're talking about zombies.
It's the same concept.
No, it's not the same concept.
It is. It is exactly the same concept. Where if you don't buy a DLC, you don't get the weapon. It's the exact same concept. You thick-headed Neanderthal.
The only difference I would say is zombies isn't competitive, while multiplayer is.
Yes, I will say that.
But it's locked behind Buried. So saying that, like, even in the trailer, the Treyarch devs say, "Oh yeah, new to Buried is the ray gun Mark II."
Buried has its own wonder weapon.
I know, but it has two.
If the paralyzer didn't exist, then I'd say okay. The paralyzer does exist, so it's just another ray gun, which is not exclusive to Buried, meaning that it is not points to exclusively Buried. Bad map.
I'm gonna cry. The Mark II is a Buried innovation.
No, it's not.
Well, let me put it this way. You said that back in our World at War podcast, you said that a map exclusive innovation, such as a new wonder weapon, was not an innovation because it was map exclusive. Now you're saying that an innovation that is not map exclusive is also not an innovation.
I'm saying that an innovation has to be
Changes
something
the
that is
gameplay.
introduced in one map, but then carries on through subsequent maps.
Which
Having
is
something, no, it's not, because it goes backwards. It's not necessarily exclusive to one map when it released. Because if you buy Buried, you get the Mark II for every other map.
Yes. And if Buried didn't exist, you could argue that we would have never gotten the Mark II.
Probably not.
It's...
You wanted a Halo argument moment.
Comments. I'm not small brain.
You are.
No, you. It's time bomb.
Okay, ladies, you're both beautiful.
And you
pretty.
would know.
Let's move on to other aspects of Buried.
I give you a free perk. The Easter egg that actually gives you a super Easter egg afterwards. The Leroy is pretty cool.
His name is Arthur.
Shut up. the head chopper. The
Where do you get all the parts?
Boom trap.
Building.
Candy. There's a lot. There's a lot there.
You only like it because you're a casual.
Chalk drawings. The LSAT that you can get to on the wall if you're good enough. It is a giant sandbox. There is so much that you can do without having it feel like there's so much that you have to do.
Or
and
have
yes,
to look up to do.
Exactly. And like, you don't have to look it up, but there's still stuff that you can figure out on your own. Like, I didn't know until a couple months ago that if you give Leroy candy next to a buildable table, you just automatically build the trap for you. I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, but I did know that you could use the candy to get him to hold zombies or to have him lock down the box.
Which
so
is fantastic.
There's a lot of stuff that you can learn without having to look up because it's so easy. And easy does not mean bad. Like, there's a lot of people that's not in the zombies community that I personally know that just play zombies casually, that like the game mode, and they're like, yeah, Buried, that's a good map.
I'm not enjoying zombies unless I'm banging my head against a wall.
I mean, I guess that's what it's like to play World War II. Ooh.
But
you
Black
dogged my
Ops 4
favorite map.
as well.
I dogged your game. He left.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Hey, you took a big fat dump on one of my favorite maps, so I had to fling it right back at you. It's like Mr. T Lexify's French onion soup.
You.
But yeah, Buried.
It's the most. I would say
good.
Buried's the most laid back map on Black Ops
Buried,
2.
I'd say, is the most map in Black Ops 2.
Like Nocturne Totem size maps, or
No, it's the most just like, here's the map. It's like, I can't really describe. It's just like it's got the most map in it. It's just stuff.
So I think the feeling that you feel about Buried is what I feel about Alpha Omega.
Where what?
Where it's like, yes, this exists. I don't hate it, but I don't like it.
Yes. Something I would like to point out this. I saw this in Buried, but I'm noticing this in all the other maps. Did anyone else notice that from after World at War, all the DLC 3 maps have a clear skybox?
didn't we talk about this?
I think so.
So, what, Shang? Well, Buried kind of, I guess.
Yep, Buried
like,
does.
It's underground, so...
But in Spawn, you see the skybox.
Hey, yeah.
It's Shang, Buried, Carrier from Exo Zombies, DLC 3 Carrier, Garad Krovi, Bodega Cervantes, Attack of the Radioactive Thing, Bodega Cervantes, and
wait,
Alpha Omega.
The Tortured Path?
The Tortured Path has 2 out of 3.
The Tortured Path is not a DLC.
It is a DLC.
It is a survival map expansion, but not a DLC.
It has, if you think about it, it technically has 12 maps. If you think about it. You've got the 3 Tortured Path maps, you got its 3 survival variants, and its 3 Darkened Path variants. That's 9 maps.
But like a variant doesn't mean it's a different map. Like when people look at town or farm, they're not like, yes, this is a different map.
Well, if Lex can rank the transit survival maps individually, but only rank the Tortured Path as 1 map, then there's a clear double standard there, and I will not stand for that.
But aren't you sitting down to?
I'm currently standing up.
Oh. So Origins.
Premise, thank God.
Is there anything more you'd like to say about Victus?
No.
Or maybe about the canon ending of the BO2 Victus trilogy?
Doesn't
which
matter anymore.
Max is just Fosrudas the Earth.
Dude, if you think about it, Black Ops 2 doesn't matter anymore.
Black Ops, War through Black Ops 2 doesn't matter anymore, pretty much.
Dude, Zombies doesn't matter anymore.
Yo.
That's actually true.
Zombies.
At the end of the day, everything is just
everything but Tag and Toten.
To the place below creation. Not including Tag.
Well, technically not, because Sam and Eddie are still alive. So
yeah. How are they gonna write themselves out of this one?
The only maps that matter in the Ether storyline are Blood of the Dead, Alpha Omega, and Tagged or Tone.
Yo.
Not even Classified doesn't even matter that much. I guess you could argue that it does, but like, yeah, Blood, Alpha, and Tag really matter. Classified you could staple on there if you want.
I guess so, because technically it happens after Blood.
Yeah, which they never explained how post-Rev Richtofen just somehow changed clothes when he stepped through the portal.
Everyone just turned away.
I thought that they said that that's not post-Rev.
Or is it pre-Blood? Or like the Blood intro, the one where he's like, oh, you read it again, and then just kind of shrugs and walks through the portal.
I thought they had, in between, they ended up getting a different Richtofen. Although that might have been a Milo or Rad Austin.
No, I think it is post-Rev. I think it is post-Rev Richtofen. Because Pablo keeps talking about post-Rev Richtofen in Tagged or Toten, so
Pablo?
I don't know. I'm curious to see what they do with Black Ops 4. I mean, I would like to see them continue the Chaos storyline, even though I didn't really play the maps that much.
Yeah.
I thought it had a good groundwork to be good.
Yeah.
But I also really like my Ether as well. If they do it, they need to do one or the other. They can't do both again. That was an awful idea in retrospect. Yep. If they do Ether, what I think and hope that they do is they end up just doing like side stories with like side characters that we may have fleshed out Peter McCain.
Finally,
flesh out some of the other characters as well.
So, anyways, Origins Windstaff is my boy.
I like Windstaff, even though he's reskinned Thundergun. He's, in my opinion, the easiest to build. I think he's the only one that you can build before the Panzer shows up.
Yeah, if you just have to be lucky. Something that always pissed me off is that you can never, like, if you fire all 3 shots from the Windstaff and just keep reloading, you will not, like, when you get to 0 shots in reserve, you'll only be able to fire, I think, 1 shot. Because it's 3 shots and 40 in reserve. Always pissed me off.
Never noticed that.
It should be 30. It should be 39.
Well, that's The Virgin 39 as opposed to the Chad 42.
Yeah. It should be either 39 or 42. But they just decided to go with 40.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
Origins, it's important of like just from a map design point. Like it really paved the way for what we ended up seeing in Black Ops 3 and 4.
Revolutionary.
Revelationary.
And it's fine.
Okay. He's got to stop doing that. Why do you keep doing that?
Because I made a bad joke, so I had to disconnect.
I didn't hear that.
Not saying it again.
Continue, Burger.
I lost my train of thought.
The thing is,
I remember.
Yeah.
And while I do like Origins, to me it suffers some or a lot of the same issues that I have with Dead of the Night. As far as like if you're going for the Easter egg, there's just too much that you have to actually go grab and do in order to complete.
Say that again.
It has the same issue as Dead.
Dead of the Night.
I will smack you with Alistair's Folly.
I'm gonna turn you into Alistair's Folly.
Alistair's Annihilator.
There's just, to me, there's too many things that you have to do if you're doing the Easter egg. Especially if you're playing solo, it's extremely tedious and fairly challenging to do.
Yes.
Well, now I'm not going to help you get the Easter egg done. I don't have... Origins is my favorite map of all time. I'll say that right now. BO2 Origins, I like more than BO3. BO3 looks prettier, but like the Panzer in BO3 is tanky and the mud is worse.
Yeah.
And the zombies hit faster. So, like... which is a shame because it's like I remember whenever I hear people like take a nice poo on the Chronicles maps, I feel bad because A, they worked hard to make it that way, and B, I remember Blundell saying like, oh, these are how the maps should be played. And it's like, well, if that's how Origins should be played, then I kind of don't like it.
I think they reduced the amount of time Samantha talks, though, in the Chronicles version, I thought.
Probably, but because I remember them saying, like, oh, yeah, that was a big issue. We kind of messed up on that one. But, like, it's kind of fun to rage against Samantha in BO2, where it's like you're running, you know, you need to free me. It's like, shut up. You know, your dad's dead. He blew up the earth.
Lamau.
And somehow you got an American accent all of a sudden.
Yeah, they never did explain that. Although my theory is that, like, once she's, like, her psycho side is German and her, like, calm, rational, like, oh, please help me side is American, which is just a little bit, of a dangerous water to venture into, but like that's just my thing because like she's got an American accent in all of the Blundell maps until Alpha Omega when she sees her father get just vored and
stop.
Then she becomes German again, and it's like that's my theory. Game theory. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I don't know. That's something that did bug me. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, especially since they never actually explained it away.
Yeah, they need to add that into the timeline.
Yeah, they need to do. I don't know. I mean, and I guess only Cold War would tell, but we may not ever get an answer to that, especially with Blundell gone.
What we're going to get is an entire DLC season focused on the 5 characters and the events that happened after that. We might actually, is the thing.
I actually really like that.
Oh, my story about Origins, though. So, when I first saw the Origins trailer, you know, the last time good old Vondi said first on Xbox 360.
Sad times.
Was that really the last time?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's time for the pendulum to swing back in Xbox's favor, but that's just me.
Or hot take.
Or
hot
get rid
take.
of exclusivity altogether.
Exactly.
But like when I saw the trailer for Apocalypse, the DLC for Black Ops 2, because they're like, oh yeah, multiplayer first, and I was watching the multiplayer. I'm like, yeah, these maps look sick. You know, can't wait to play these. And then it's like, and at the time I wasn't big into zombies. I played Transit because I saw on the back cover of BO2, you know, you could stand on a platform and shoot zombies from down below. And I was like, oh, that looks fun. I'll try that. And I tried it, and it was all right, but I was still like, eh. And I saw good old Papa Blundell, you know, saying, oh, we've got 3 1,000-foot-tall robots running around the map. We got 2 new weapons. Here's this cinematic trailer that shows the robots stomping down as well as the Panzer. Actually, no, the Panzer was shown. I saw that in a Vanos gaming video.
Nice.
But between that and the stabs and the robots, I was like, okay, I got to get this. And I remember I was in 8th grade too. And the day the map dropped, I was sitting at my laptop before school started. Before I headed off to school and got on the bus, I was watching NGT Zombies, and Spider-Bite was trying to. He was ending the game over and over because he was trying to get Richtofen. And like I loved Origins so much, it prompted me to buy Buried because it'd give me the Mark II in Origins. And then I got Die Rise because it had more content than the Mob of the Dead DLC, and then I got Mob just so I could have a complete game. But Origins was my baby, and it still is.
I mean, it was innovative, especially if you have to consider that it was all on the 360 PS3 engine.
It's incredible for the PS3/360 because it's like, remember Blundell said like, you know, oh, the trick about game design is. That's not British.
That bad guy has too much health. That interview?
Yeah, but he's like, you know, the trick is making it seem like, yeah, it's like, you know, making the player think that something's there when it's really not. That's too British. And then he gets up, tears his shirt up, and reveals his 12-pack of abs, and then he storms off, punches a hole in the wall, and starts doing massive pull-ups. Yeah, I remember that. And then he starts bench pressing 2 Panzers.
Yep. I'd like to think that the inspiration for Miss Dempsey was just Jason Blundell.
Origins was also the first Easter egg I ever completed.
Good for you.
And that was due to the help of 2 random people on Xbox Live. I think they were both like brothers from Sweden or something.
Nice.
But we got within like... What?
That was my first Easter egg.
We got to like the 3rd to last step. Like they were just doing the steps without my knowledge, and I realized that we were like 3 steps away. And I was like, "Oh, can we do the Easter egg?" And we were like, you know, finish it out. And they're like, "Yeah, sure, I guess." And so we did.
Nice. I think my first Easter egg was I think I did DE solo. That's my first Easter egg. It ain't much, but it's honest work.
DE with more than one person is a tall glass of water.
Yeah, because then it becomes all bows.
Well, the boss fight is tough because, well, it's like DE with more than one people. Not only does near death not have the same effect as it does in solo, but I feel like it also gives you more panzers in that last stage.
I feel like on more than one person, I feel like that you have to run self med instead of near death.
How's that?
Self med, it's basically near death, except you down with a ray gun. So if you get a kill, you get revived with all your perks.
No, I mean I know how it works, but like, how's it better?
Because it's more uses, I think.
Well, I mean, self-med has 3 uses before it goes away. Near death is like a round-based thing, so because the round doesn't change when you're in the boss fight, you just permanently have it unless your entire team goes down.
Well, and even still, if you're playing with 2 people, you still don't need to get all 4 bows. You only have to get 2, and then the stones
Really?
just get split. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
at least that's what I had. I know it wasn't originally that way, but I think when they modified it for solo play, they modified that as well. So you only have to do as many, like, if you have 2 bows, each person has to fill up 2 stones. And then I
The
think
thing is,
if it's 3 bows, I think then it's just kind of the 4th one's random. But if you play offline solo still, you still have to do all 4, I think.
well, the thing is, as well, is you can't spawn in an arrow. Like, if you're wandering around, you're like, I'm going to shoot down the void arrow just for the heck of it, then you have to do the bow, because then the circle will demand it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that sucks.
So,
But you see, and that comes back to some of my issues with Origins, especially if you're doing solo. Like, the hardest part of the Easter egg, really, is the stabs.
Yeah.
yeah,
And that
well,
takes up so much time.
as originally, remember, people thought like the Panzer Swarm part was the hardest step, but in actuality, it's probably the easiest because they spawn in that same little area, and if you have the fire staff, you just keep blasting. So, anyways, I started blasting.
Anyways, you started blasting.
Yes, sir.
God, the worst.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So-
yeah, yeah.
Easter egg, pretty good. The ending was a little
Odd. Confusing. Head scratcher.
yeah. The end. Well, originally it was very confusing and polarizing, but now that we know that the entire BO3 season, Revelations excluded, takes place within the time span of the Origins ending cutscene, it's a lot more palatable.
Mm-hmm. Well, then it makes sense.
Yeah, because it's like, well, and yeah, that we know that the toys are given to her from Monty, so that's why they look like the characters.
Yeah. It's just a distraction.
It's all just a child's game.
Yeah.
Milo cried at the end,
Yeah.
Oh no.
but then even more so in Blood of the Dead.
See,
I hope Milo comes back soon, man.
I think he
He's
is.
been showing up. Milo's been showing up in other people's videos.
Really?
Yeah. Like he's been active.
And whose videos? I haven't seen any of these.
Lex.
Huh.
I've seen him in a couple of Lex's videos, and I think he popped into JC's streams every now and then.
Well,
But like, I just remember he like left to go into the mountains, came back swole as hell, and then has just been kind of
Wandering around.
biding his time until next COD news rolls around.
Yeah.
well, he also on Noah's videos, sometimes if he's he's playing with other people, Milo will pop in for a second, say something random, and then just hop right back out.
It's a little bit jarring from like seeing him now as like this like random buff sort of jokester, as opposed to like the skinny, serious, no nonsense boy he once was.
Yeah. It's
I mean, I
fun.
think he said on his Twitter that he's planning to come back soon.
Yeah, he said that. But then again, like, I think he tweeted something like that like a few months ago as well. So who knows if he'll actually come back, or if his return will be locked in the vault with Lex's 1 mil special.
Maybe.
I can't figure out why Lex hasn't released the special yet. Like,
For the
Because
memes.
it's a meme.
It's Lex.
it's a meme, but like he's gone to all these different places with all these different people supposedly and captured all this footage. Like, why wouldn't you want people to see that?
Because it's a meme. So people keep asking.
Is the meme really that much more? Like, as I think it's like a dead meme at this point.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like at this point, it's like, is it really that important to keep this like dead meme alive than it is to just give your fans what they want for the past 4 years?
Probably.
Well, I mean, an MC Sportsock said that he helped film part of it, and he said it was probably some of Lex's best work, and that he wants it to be released as well.
It's like, come on, just do it. Just do it before you accidentally shit all over your hard drive.
Knowing Lex, that is possible.
Honestly, I think you should go to the doctor, personally. Like, the first time with the French onion soup story was hilarious. But the second time where he's like, oh, yeah, I was driving back to my hotel, and then I was running through the hotel lobby with shit all over my pants. And it's like, yeah, one time this funny. 2 times, like,
Not so
you
funny.
just don't expect it, and it's just there. You might want to see a doctor.
Yeah. All right. So, any final thoughts on Black Ops 2 before we wrap this up?
No thoughts on BO2.
All right. Sounds good. All right.
Well, for me anyway.
Listen to the Dead Headz podcast.
Oh, I don't know. Do we just want to briefly discuss the Cold War trailer, though? The teaser?
We should save that.
Yeah, I mean, the actual reveal is coming in 3 days, and the trailer was basically just like, yes, cool box work. Here's the official name, but you knew that already. And here's some old Cold War footage that we cut together with some nice music.
I thought it was a bit chilling to me. I got goosebumps watching that trailer.
Oh, yeah, I got goosebumps, too. It's Treyarch really knocks it out of the park with their trailers, usually.
Yeah.
But I mean,
All right.
yeah.
Thank you for coming to the Dead Headz podcast.
Anything you guys want to promote?
Oh, not anymore, because people aren't listening to my album, so I figure,
Check out his album.
for the love of
Do it.
God.
Do it.
Do it.
Hey, should we link it in the description?
I can. Is it on Spotify and Apple Music?
It's literally everywhere.
Let's link it in the description. You
All
can.
Send
You
me
can-
if there's like one link you want to use that
Okay.
may take you to all links. I know those are things.
Yeah.
If you can literally listen to it while you're doing chores, doing homework, playing video games, or if you just need some background noise to fill in the crippling silence that surrounds you every hour of every day.
Yeah.
Burger, do you have anything to promote?
I mean, I've on my channel actually. I've been posting videos
Put that in the description as well.
actually consistently for like the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks maybe.
Yeah, let's link that. I should probably. I don't have. Is there free recording software?
Yes.
Is it bad?
What do you mean
Necessarily.
recording?
Like,
Screen
if I were
capture?
like, oh man, yeah, like screen capture. Like, man,
OBS, it's
I'm
free
really
and it works
jonesing
great.
to. What?
OBS.
OBS is free?
Yeah, man, it's great.
Can I download it? Like, how do I like set that up? Actually, no, we could just talk about that like off camera.
Later. Yeah, we can.
Anyway,
Because I kind of want to record gameplay and like talk over it and upload it on my own channel, and then become as big as PewDiePie.
Oh.
Then hop on PUBG, go to the bridge, and get into a firefight that will change the course of events of human history forever.
oh.
Sounds good to me.
But yeah, if you guys like music though, I've been doing some music stuff on my channel for like the last few weeks. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern time. New video.
Yeah,
Love that.
check it out. Leave a like on their stuff. Also, leave a like on this video. It's literally just clicking a button, and it makes us feel good. It'll make us nice and happy. You know what'll even make us even happier is if you leave a comment telling us, our thoughts.
An email.
And everything, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
So
We appreciate it.
also subscribe and
Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to receive notifications and become a member of the notification squad.
There's no
And-
benefits, but it makes us feel
With-
really good.
Sub to the Patreon.
No.
With that being said, Ghost of Tsushima.
I work with children.